Hello everyone and welcome back to another must-see chess game by Bobby Fischer. In this chess game, Bobby Fischer had the white pieces and his opponent is a chess player named Seibt. We don't know his full name. He was a German chess player who played with Bobby Fischer in this chess simul, and this was a 20-board chess simul of Bobby Fischer, which happened in Germany in 1970. So in this simul, Bobby Fischer played 20 games. He won 15 of them and he drew 1 times, and he actually lost 4 games. And that is interesting. This was not a flawless performance by Bobby Fischer. Let's see what happened in this chess game. But before showing this chess game, I have some very interesting, very nice pictures about the simul. So you can see Bobby Fischer and the spectator and the chess players in this picture. The spectators are all concentrated in the next move of Bobby Fischer. They are all very interested in watching Bobby Fischer in the simul. So I have another angle. So I think these pictures are pretty rare. Potentially you may never seen these pictures before. And this is also Bobby Fischer when he was deep in thought against his opponent. He was thinking about his next move maybe. And this is Bobby Fischer up close, and this is also a pretty rare picture from the same simul from 1970 Germany. And okay, let's see what happened in this chess game. I think this was a very instructive chess game by Fischer. He starts the game with e4, we have c6, and this is the Caro-Kann defense, knight to c3 and then g6, and this is known as the Gurgenidze variation of the Caro-Kann defense. h3, bishop to g7, knight to f3, knight to f6, and e5. Knight to e4, exchanging the knights, and Fischer played knight to g5. He is targeting the e-pawn. c5 by black, and he wants to create a weak position in white's camp. So if capturing the pawn, exchanging the queens is possible. Also checking the king is, I believe, possible. Also attacking the pawn. And after capturing the pawn, if exchanging the queens, you can see that white has 2 pawn islands. The e-pawn and also the c-pawn is going to be weak. And perhaps it is not a big deal for white, but in this position, Bobby Fischer played a better move than capturing the pawn. He immediately pushed the pawn e6, and he is threatening to take, or even knight takes on f7, forking the queen and the rook. So black must address this move. Black played f takes on e6 with creating tripled pawn structure, as you can see. But in this position, let's check out some other continuations. If queen takes on d4, then e takes on f7, and black is losing the castling rights and creating some weakness in black's camp. Of course, queen takes on b2 is going to be a blunder because of queen to d8. So queen takes, rook takes, and threatening checkmate, rook to d8. And you can see that black has massive weakness in this position. The c-pawn, the e-pawn, the other e-pawn, they are all looking weak, and this position favors for white. White is better. Okay, so this is why Bobby Fischer pushed the e-pawn, and this move was already a very annoying move. We have f takes on e6, d takes on c5, not exchanging the queens, but checking the king, c3, and then queen takes on c5. Capturing the pawn, Bobby Fischer is getting back the pawn, pinning the knight, and then defending. Both players castled, knight to c6, lining the rook with the queen. But there is no serious discovery attacks to the queen right now. Bishop to d7, bishop to c4, and Bobby Fischer is aiming the weak pawn. So if capturing that pawn, I think white is going to win this very easily. Especially if you are playing against Bobby Fischer, you're not going to survive this. So rook over. Now black is also lining the rook with the queen. Knight to g5. and Bobby Fischer is attacking this pawn for 3 times, and this is also a discover attack to the queen. So after defending the queen, black is also threatening something. Queen takes on f2, so if capturing the pawn. So defending, and Bobby Fischer is attacking the pawn for 4 times and also defending on f2. We can say that white has the advantage in this position. Knight to e5, defending the bishop. There is no need to rush. And then bishop to b5, and black wants to deflect the queen. So if capturing the bishop, queen takes on f2. If queen takes on b5, check, also attacking the rook. So knight to e4 by Bobby Fischer. After defending the queen, queen to e3, defending the queen, knight to d3, attacking the rook. And in this position, Bobby Fischer didn't play any defensive move. And also you can see that this is also eyeing on f2. Fischer played knight to g5, and he is counter-attacking his opponent. King to h8, and in this position, of course, knight takes on e1 is going to be a blunder because of bishop takes on e6, check, and losing the queen, and black is losing this chess game. So knight to d3, knight to g5, and king to h8, and then Bobby Fischer simply captured the pawn, and Fischer is a pawn up. So knight takes on e1, queen takes on e1, delayed gratification, not rushing for capturing the rooks, capturing one of the rooks. There is no need to rush. Fischer captures on e1, and he is still attacking both of the rooks. So we have bishop to c6, aiming the king, and it is white to move. I think this is one of the most interesting moments of this chess game. And Bobby Fischer didn't capture the rook. He played knight takes on g7. For getting the bishop here and for 2 extra pawns against the exchange, Bobby Fischer is not capturing the rook. He doesn't care about the rook because the bishop here is going to be overwhelming for black. So after king takes on g7, queen takes on e7, check, and Fischer is getting 2 pawns plus the bishop here against the exchange. So that's a very good trade actually. White has advantage. So after moving the king, developing the bishop, a multi-purpose move, both developing and also defending on f2. So rook over, defending the queen, queen to e4, threatening checkmate, Fischer goes back and defending. King to g8, and then rook to e1. Fischer is threatening something like bishop to h6, and then winning the queen. So check and winning. So queen to f5, queen to h4, and then g5. Not capturing the pawn, of course. This rook, this bishop is pinned. This rook is going to fall with check. So queen to g3, h6, and then h4. So queen to g6, and if pushing the pawn, if trying to close, it is not very easy because of f3. And this is already not looking very good for black. So after h4, queen goes back, exchanging the pawns, and then in this position we have queen to c7. You might also ask what happens if pushing the pawn. Well, basically white has 3 extra pawns, but also bishop to d4 is a killer move. After moving the king, you can see the power of the bishop here, the perfect teamwork of the bishops. They are dominating this chess game. So this is why Bobby Fischer was not interested in capturing the rook. He was more interested in getting the bishop here. So rook takes, bishop takes, and then check, also attacking the rook. So this is a must, and then queen to e5, and white is much better. This is just simply getting destroyed. So in this position, if rook takes, then check, and then getting checkmated. Actually, this is the only defense, and you can see that black has no other option. But then we have queen to c7, and how to defend. Rook to d7. Actually, in this position, of course, you can't block with the queen, or you can't block with the rook. But if moving the king, then pushing the pawn, and this is also very strong for white. White is easily winning, actually, in this position. The computer chess engine gives white plus 3 or 4 points advantage. So this is overwhelming. So this is why after checking the king, rook to d7, bishop to d4, king to h7, queen to h2, and this is all over. After this move, black is blocking with the queen. Bobby Fischer played a move and his opponent resigned. Bishop to c2 and black resigned. One of the most beautiful, one of the most obvious examples of the power of the two bishops. Beautiful bishop pair chess game by Bobby Fischer. So the possible continuation, this is the only move, one of the only moves, besides blocking with the rook, of course, and then capturing the rook with check, after moving the king, capturing the queen, and white is easily winning, as you can see. So, okay, so this was the interesting chess game of Bobby Fischer from this chess Simul. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this chess game. I want to continue to the saga of Bobby Fischer. So maybe in these days, I'm also going to show some other instructive, notable chess games of Bobby Fischer in this channel. So if you are interested in the chess games of Bobby Fischer, stick around and I look forward to see you again. So stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.